You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Big Brother After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Big Brother After Show.
Bing is for doing, and tonight we're doing Big Brother in a big way. I'm Rachel Reilly, your host for tonight, along with your Big Brother Canada expert, Miss Liza Stinton.
Hello, everyone. Nice to be here.
Oh my God! So how crazy was this week of Big Brother?
It was nuts.
I was dying the entire week. First of all, I really thought that because, you know, Judd won HOH, it would be a boring week. We would know what was going to go on. We would know, like, what was going to happen. No big deal. It would be like a cruise week.
I think Judd made a crucial error in winning HOH. I think Judd had it on easy street. He was flying under the radar. He was liked by pretty much everyone. So I think him winning was a mistake, but he's in my draft, so it pleased me.
Oh, yeah. You guys had that Big Brother U.S. draft, right?
Exactly. We have to stay in the know of what's going on and pick our favorites.
Do you think Judd will go to the end?
Judd the Stud is a favorite of Liza, so
Avi.
yeah.
I think Judd, I really do. I think Judd will make it really far. I think, see, this is the thing. I think that he winning HOH was okay because he was at a place in his game right now where he's not really a target. He doesn't, this week, it was kind of easy, like nominate Aaron and Caitlyn, you know?
obviously.
Yeah, obviously. So again, I'm Rachel Reilly at Rachel E. Reilly on Twitter.
And I'm Liza Stinton from Big Brother Canada Season 1 at Liza Stinton.
Yeah, girl.
Holla from the
Holla.
north.
Yeah, so I think Judd is at a time in his game where he can win HOH. Like, he has the alliance. Well, there's no alliance anymore. There's, like, these people in this house this year change alliances like I changed my hairdos. I mean, seriously. Like,
Not where I thought that was going.
yeah.
Good. That's true. I know. Are there alliances? Alliances aren't, it's supposed to be about loyalty and sticking together. And so I wouldn't really call anything that's happened so far an alliance.
No, at all. Like,
Yeah.
literally, they have not had the moving company they tried for. There's, like, 20 million showmances that break up and get back together, and, like...
There are legit approximately 20 million showmances. Like, there's at least a solid 5.
Yeah.
And that's insane for a season of Big Brother.
Well, it's more than your season, which was when Big Brother Canada had all you guys knew, 20, like, in the 20s,
It's true.
hot, young. You had all the showmances in Big Brother Canada, and we were like, that never happens in the U.S. There's always
I
just
know.
one. This season, oh no, we got showmance overload this
The
season.
U.S. had to outdo us, which is okay, but I mean, we had three and a half if you count my 2 showmances. So we had like 3.5, possibly 4 showmances, and boom.
Yeah.
BB15.
BB15 came,
Love
blew it up.
Triangle Zone. Bermuda.
Yeah. But now, Alyssa and Helen, the mom squad, who can't be in showmances because they're married, have managed to single-handedly take out, like, basically break up every showmance in the house, which is kind of amazing.
Like, I mean, week to week to week, it's just one member of a showmance after the next, so
Yeah.
there's not many lovers left in that nest.
Not very many at all. Let's talk about Jeremy getting evicted. That made my life. I mean, last week when Jeremy got evicted, I don't think anything more better in my life could have happened. Like, Jeremy has been
I
such a
too was
dick.
not a fan. Yeah, Jeremy was a little. You can't storm into the Big Brother house with just sheer cockiness and arrogance. You could be confident,
Right.
but you can't bulldoze your way through those doors. That's not a good strategy, Jeremy.
No, Jeremy played too hard, too fast. That's what got him out of the game. Then talk about Judd winning. I mean, when he won again, I thought, like, it would be an easy week. Nobody really knew what he would do, but I thought it would be just, let's make the house happy, whatever the house says, you know? And I think we kind of saw that with his nominations this week. So Judd wins. He puts Aaron and Caitlyn on the block.
Naturally, the Mean Girls.
Naturally, the Mean Girls.
Yep.
And I think his theory behind this nomination was that he's clearly not going to get Howard and Spencer out, because
Right.
if he gets every boy out of the house, then who becomes the biggest target? Judd, right?
Absolutely. Plus, he doesn't want that blood on his hands. He doesn't.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't need to get Howard or Spencer out. Just this should be an easy week.
Exactly. And putting Aaron and Caitlyn up next to each other is easy for his game. Nobody will get mad at him. Aaron's been causing drama all summer, as we all see. And she's just a mean girl. And so it's easy to get everyone that the house hates, put them on the block, and try to get them to send home.
But now, let's talk about what this does for the new twist.
yes.
So, this is the first week where America did not pick the MVP.
Right.
America got to be the MVP and choose the third nomination.
Yeah, that was insane. Like, at the beginning of the week, I was so mad. Because I thought, you know, my
What
sister's
took power
winning,
away from your
right?
beautiful sister?
Exactly. So I'm like, this is my sister's thing. Like, she's good at being MVP. Like,
She's got it down now.
she's got it down. Like, she expects it. And then after seeing how crazy paranoia town these house guests went,
Yeah.
I was really excited. I mean, these house guests went from like expecting Alyssa to get it
Yep.
to having no idea when the veto nomination started, and
Yep.
Alyssa was picked as the third nominee.
Okay, see, now this is where things get complicated.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we would assume, just based on what's been going on, that America, I think, would have voted Aaron up.
Right.
But you see, with Judd as HOH, he selected Aaron and Caitlyn himself, which I suppose were the two highest votes to get out of there by America.
That's what I would think, and I think what happened is that when you're voting online, it says if you vote for your number one pick, if they're already nominated or they win HOH, it goes to the next person, and then the next person, and so on and so forth. So I think some people got confused because they thought they were still voting for MVP.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think some people were like, just legitimately don't like my sister, don't like me. They wanted to like be the haters out there and vote for her to be MVP.
I don't think it's about haters. I mean, because America voted for her to be MVP the last 3 weeks. So America as a whole voted her as their favorite to make moves. You don't all of a sudden pick her to get
Right.
out of the house. I think she pulled a Topaz. So for my American friends, please YouTube Big Brother Canada finale. So my season that just ended at Big Brother Canada, just please for me, YouTube Big Brother Canada season 1 finale. And when I tell you that I think they pulled a Topaz, I think they just maybe got confused and thought they were voting for MVP again instead of a third nom.
I mean, that's totally possible. And then with the overwhelmingly amount of people that voted for Aaron that actually read the directions and figured it out what they were doing.
Yeah.
Everyone voted for Aaron, but the problem is Aaron's already on the block, so she can't be a third nominee. So then it's like it goes down the line, and Alyssa just got that down the line backlash. However, it did light a fire under her ass.
It always does, as we both know, being on the block. Fire always lit under your ass.
Right?
Yeah.
Literally. And this is funny because Alyssa was on the block week 1 and she was on the block week 2.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like becoming a habit, you know, hanging out on the block is becoming like habitual for her, right? So she's been on the block before, but the first 2 weeks, I don't think she had the same fire that she had this week when she was nominated by this MVP, which she assumes is in the house. All the house guests assumed it. I think my favorite part of this week was on the live feeds when all the feeders were saying, or all the house guests were saying, Alyssa nominated herself. Come on.
I mean, I don't know if anyone watching knows that. I don't know if this is just a live feed scoop, but there was overwhelming majority in the house convinced that Alyssa won MVP and put herself up on the block as some sort of trick to confuse everybody.
Right.
No.
You don't do
You
that.
do not do
No.
that. It is, you don't know what's going to happen in the Big Brother house, so you
No.
want your butt not on
the
the
line.
block.
Regardless, as if she thinks Aaron's getting voted out or she thinks she's not a big target, like it doesn't matter. You never want to sit on that block. Like
You would have to be so mischievous and so sort of deviant and crafty to concoct some plan where you're going to lie to everybody and put
Right.
yourself and somehow get yourself. Come
on. And
No
it's
way.
Alyssa. Love her, but really, guys.
There is too much paranoia
Yeah.
and danger and unexpected in the Big Brother house, so you don't play risks like
No.
that. No.
And then another thing I don't understand how people could miss is like Alyssa nominating herself and then going on a rampage about who nominated her.
Right.
It's like, come on, guys. Is she really going to go around the house causing all this drama, all this like paranoia with everyone? And like they think she's Evil Dick or, you know, like Dan or Will. Like she's not that kind of player. And
Plus, she's no offense, but she's a horrible liar.
A horrible liar.
Like,
Riley
she
girls
proved
can't
this,
lie.
like, week 1. She is a horrible liar. So
Yeah.
why all of a sudden is she getting to be a trickster? I don't think that's her MO.
No, and I mean, Amanda and Andy had the house convinced that this was what Alyssa wanted to do. I think it was part of Erin's plan also to take the target off of herself this week.
Yeah.
So I think Erin, as much as, like, oh, I can't stand Erin, but as much as we don't like Erin, she is not a bad game player. She's not horrible. As much as, like, she should be going home every week because she's disgusting, she has managed to stay in the Big Brother house for 4 evictions.
The only a good thing I will say about her on the tail of what you're saying is I find Amanda's playing a lot like me. I think Amanda's very smart, as was I, and I walked into that house and I knew what was going on. I'm like, I've sized all of you up. I know who all of you are. So here's the pattern of how we get to the end. Let's just do this. You can't do that. You got to play Erin. You got to be moment to moment, day to day, week to week. And Erin, you know, Amanda storming in like I did, sort of like, come on, this is how this game goes. This is how we get to the end. And this is who you got to get out. That just puts a huge target. Then you think, people think you're thinking. They think you're smart.
And they don't
Erin's
want that.
just, all Erin cared about this week was get the heat off me. She said, first thing, I'm throwing Caitlyn under the bus. Caitlin's a bigger threat. Caitlin's a bigger threat. Caitlin's a bigger. She made a deal with everybody. Erin was like, I won't put you up, or you up, or you up, or you up, or you. Oh, no, honey, you gotta. You might
can't.
Have to someone
Right. She's like, basically, I won't put anyone else up. I won't win HOH. I won't
vote against you.
I like. What is she gonna do? Just be an angel in the Big Brother house all of a sudden.
She's gonna be an inactive player actually, because you have to vote for somebody at some point.
Yeah, exactly. So she's telling everyone she won't do anything.
Right.
She will just like go in her room and sleep and eat and be like a little puppy, I guess, walking around the house.
Which, as much as players like you and I don't respect gameplay like that, it kept her in the house.
Yeah.
A week. Just one more. And that's all you need in this game. Just 1 week at a time.
That's absolutely true. And I think Erin knows enough about the game, because she's a fan of the game, to know that when she has that big of a target on herself, that she has to do something to get the target off. And this week, I think Alyssa, I don't know where this arch nemesis thing came from, but Alyssa wants Erin out so bad. Like, the Alyssa's
a good person,
thing,
so she can sense that Erin's bad people and doesn't want that in the house, as would I. I mean,
right.
It gets to a point where you forget you're playing a game and you're like, I don't feel like living with you anymore, so if you could leave, that would be great.
That is so true.
Yeah.
I mean, I had plenty of people, plenty of seasons of Big Brother I played. I was like,
You're like, you could leave.
yeah, I definitely was not a fan. I mean, and this thing with Alyssa and Erin has been going on all summer, and it's always this Alyssa versus Erin thing. It's never like Alyssa's alliance versus Erin's alliance. It's literally just between these two girls.
Yeah.
And it's becoming this thing that everyone now wants to watch and see who's gonna do the next,
Which is
like who's
great
gonna make the next move. Absolutely
we
amazing
love that.
television. Yeah. So this week we see Erin doing everything she can to be quiet as a mouse, to be a little perfect Erin, which is impossible for her. All of a sudden. I mean, even Erin made a comment herself, is that it's really hard for her to be nice to people.
I saw that.
To Judd. Like, Judd, do you forget that already? She told you that it was really hard for her to be nice to people. And
except Judd, who I'm still very team J-U-D-D. He said that he's a smart, Judd actually is a BB expert. He's seen this game. He knows what he's doing. And he said that the target is so darn big on Erin that he doesn't need to be the one to knock her out. He really feels like if you keep that target in the house, which is brilliant, keep that glaring target in the house, then Judd could, next week when he can't be HOH,
right,
he's probably not going up.
I mean, absolutely. In my season in 12, the first season I played, Brendan and I were such big targets, and we would constantly try to convince people, keep us in the game, because once we're gone, they're going to go after someone else.
Totally.
And that is Big Brother 100% hands down. That's why floaters make it through, because these two big personalities will go at it. And then what happens is the big personalities always manage to save themselves week to week.
Yep.
But then their alliance members slowly dwindle. And their alliance members get kicked out. Their alliance members, if they can't go after you, then they're going to go after your closest ally.
Absolutely.
And so I think we see that with Erin and Alyssa now, that Erin's alliance members have all basically
they're gone.
Like, they're like all gone.
Yeah.
I mean, this fake Blanchage thing or whatever it was, like, I mean, that whole alliance.
It's all gone except Gina Maria.
Gina Maria and Erin now.
That's it.
And that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I mean, their whole alliance has been taken out week by week by Alyssa and Helen and their Mom Squad alliance, and then it's not really been a house versus anyone else.
Even when Aaron was HOH, don't forget.
For sure.
Even Aaron gets, and because of the MVP, boom.
Yeah, this
Entourage
MVP
out.
twist has really just changed the game 100%.
Yeah,
like it's
3 nominees, and I don't know, it's incredible. I loved it this year.
I love the 3 nominees. It's changed the game to a point where there's so many layers already to Big Brother. This is the extra layer of like peeling off the onion.
The whole dynamic has 3 nominees changes every single component of this game, from physical to mental to social. Like, it's incredible.
I hope they keep it because I love it, and
I hope Big Brother Canada maybe steals it for season 2.
That would be amazing. I mean, it really makes the game so much more interesting because people are forced to play this game so fast, so quick.
Yep.
And we were talking to Nick last night when we were all watching Big Brother. Hey, shout out to Nick Unas, at Nick Unas. UHAS, right?
Uhas.
Uhas, at Nick
What
Uhas.
up, Nick Uhas?
And he was telling us that everyone in the house was just going crazy. Even what we didn't see the first 2 weeks of the game, you don't see that because they don't start it until the first episode. That just gaming so fast, so hard.
Oh, we saw it. I mean, I thought the same thing. I went when the moving company was formed. When it felt like night 1.
Yeah,
they just bust in and they were like, you alliance. No, at the end of the day, your true colors are going to come out. Your true personality, the true connections, the chemistry, the feuds, the love. Like, you really can't walk into a room full of strangers and say, hey, best friends forever.
Right. It's really hard, especially when you see these alliances form so early in the season. Yeah. To keep the alliances throughout the whole entire game.
Hello, people. Hello.
Hey!
Hello!
What up, Boo?
It is God from Denver to join the after show.
Yay! We wish you were here.
I know. I wish I was at the party with Nick last night.
Right? Oh my God, you would die. He was so much fun.
Oh my God. Well, thanks for covering, and hi to everybody who's watching and listening.
Yay.
But Rachel, I'm so worried about Alyssa.
Oh my God, I know we haven't even gotten to the who won HOH this week yet, but I am worried about her.
Well, I'm gonna be like you, and I'm jumping ahead.
Right? Like me, like I do every week. I'm a jumper. I know, Ryan. I'm so worried about her this week because she can't play in veto. We saw this week in veto, Alyssa had to take 20 points to win the veto this week. To stay here this week, she had to take this veto pass where she can't play in veto next week. So that's going to be really tough for her.
I know, and I'm worried too because I feel like her behavior has been a little erratic, and I think that everyone in the house is sort of like turning against her. Like, that's the wave it's heading towards right now.
Yeah, I think that because she's finally standing up to Aaron and standing up to like all this drama that's been going on, I think she's just had so much of it. She's done with it, over it. She is like at the point in the house and in the game where everyone's like, oh, well, this is an easy target now, you know? And since Aaron's HOH, they can't nominate her, so they're going to have to go after whoever Aaron's arch nemesis is, Alyssa, and they're going to have to try to convince people why they need to stay. So I'm really worried about her this week, too. She can't play in veto. Aaron is the HOH, and she's going to have, I think, a really tough week to stay in the house this week.
I think she's fine. I disagree. Hello, this is Liza speaking. How are you?
Yeah.
I think she's fine. I think that instinctively people go after pairs, and as much as her and Helen are buddies, I think that Erin's going to either swing Howard and Candace. She's going to let Amanda get under her skin and swing Howard Candace, or I think Howard's going to get under her skin and show her what a threat Amanda McRae are. I think Alyssa's safe. I will put my mark on that.
Please, let's do it. Bet right here.
Right here.
Because me and Ryan are really freaking out, right?
Well, I'd also say that we've been nervous for her since day one.
Yeah. Exactly. I feel like Alyssa's like America's little sister now, and I feel like everyone wants to root for her, but it's so hard because she's the target every single week now. It's just, I mean, it gets worse.
This group of people, they're just so catty too, and like they just hang on every little word, like. You know, and if you've noticed that they always show Alyssa, she always has a cup of coffee or she's eating.
Yeah, I know,
just
right?
Chilling, being cool.
Yeah, exactly. They want it because she's so
sitting
skinny.
Down with her little coffee. She's sitting there eating cereal or eating she's like I don't know what it is. I'm sure she doesn't eat that much. She's like 100 pounds.
I know, right? They're probably like, no, she really does eat, guys. We swear.
Yeah, exactly. Let's show her eating.
Well, and that's also, I think, for Alyssa, she eats like throughout the day. She's one of those grazers, so like she'll be eating all day long. So I'm not surprised. It's either yoga or eating food. I mean, it's Big Brother. What else are you gonna do?
That was me too, just pure grazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness. Well,
So
we're
what
rooting for her. We hope everything goes well.
Yay!
What
I
else
know.
is happening?
Well, you know, the ice cream have not challenge this week was a little crazy. Gina
Yeah.
Marie down that thing. What did you think about? Were you a little disgusted?
Well, I also will say that I don't really do well personally with really cold. Like, my teeth will freeze.
Yeah.
And I have real teeth. I'm one of the few people in LA that has real teeth. So I feel like I would still freeze.
Dude, I would have freaked out. Like, I don't think, not only could I not have handled the frozen yogurt down my throat like Gina Marie just took it, literally took it, but then I feel like that it's spicy
The
and
habanero
gross.
was
Yeah.
disgusting. Yeah,
I just
couldn't-
don't think I could do it. I mean, I have a hard enough time sometimes eating frozen yogurt. Like, I get brain freeze and, you know, that whole thing. And you're right, Ryan.
Well, let me
it
tell you.
hurts your teeth.
Let me tell you this. There was a point where you and I were going to possibly do another show, and it didn't come through, but I told you I can't eat anything. Like,
Yeah,
if you put a
that's
hamburger
right.
with mayonnaise on it, I'm not going to pass. So I'm not going to be able to eat, like, fish, habanero, yogurt. Like, it's not going to happen. I can't eat sour cream. Like, I'm very, like, picky.
Right? It's so, and I mean, these house guests were just they were just doing it. They were going at it like
No,
they did
Gina
not even
Marie
care.
is going to have this footage hang over her. It's going to be right behind her for the rest of her life. I think she was showing Nick a preview.
Yes!
What to expect when she gets out.
Oh my God.
Really? That was some of
Yeah,
the most
like,
impressive stuff I've
I
ever
want to see
seen.
Nick do that challenge. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
You would, Ryan. Hey, Nick is a super
No, it's
cutie.
fun.
He's gonna be. When do you come back?
Well, next week you and I are in Florida for Hearts of Reality.
Yeah.
Give Kids the World. And then, so I'll be back the following week.
Oh, boo! I was gonna say you should totally meet Nick. I thought you were coming back this week, but
Now I'm going straight from Denver to Orlando.
fun.
I mean,
Look at
We're just
you,
chatting on the after show.
famous.
Well, anyways, I'll let you guys get back to your show. I just wanted to give you guys some love, and you guys look great on camera.
Thank
and,
you.
Thank
You know,
you.
we'll see Melissa this week.
Yes.
Melissa, hopefully. I'm really worried
Well, I
about.
love you, ladies.
Love you,
Love you.
Ryan. Thank you for calling. I love Ryan. I am so worried about her this week, just because I think that.
Because you're a worrywart. You're
That's
like
true.
a worrier. I get your tweets and your texts. and
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, Rach, it's going to be okay, man. Alyssa's going to be okay. Like, she's got, you said it. You said, you know, we're Riley's and she's going to win this POV and then.
Yeah. But she can't play in the POV this week.
We didn't really talk about that, so we
No.
grazed over it. But,
Okay.
so, yeah.
So the POV this past week was when Alyssa had to. I don't know, like it was like a.
Popping blueberries in a pie or something like that. And then that had a number.
Yeah, but it was like an American Pie challenge kind of
Yeah.
thing, right? So it was like an American electoral vote thing. They had to get votes, and they had to go underneath this bridge, but it was all
Like
mud
manure.
and like manure. And Big Brother US, I don't know if Big Brother Canada is you guys, Big Brother US like totally messes with us. Like they put the most disgusting, smelliest, like stickiest. I mean, if they could get anything disgusting and mix it together,
Yeah.
that would be part of what they want to pour on us. And people in the audience don't really get to appreciate this. Guys, if you could have smell-o-vision, you would die.
Oh.
Like, it's so bad. Some of these things smell so bad.
Oh.
And the challenges with the molasses and stuff, it's heavy, it's sticky, and like this dirt or whatever, it looked chunky.
Oh, gosh.
I can only imagine
What
that
it
it was
smelled
just
like.
yeah,
Yeah.
disgusting. Well, they had to go under the bridge, then they had to go run and find different ballots, and they could discard one, or could they discard more than one?
They can discard any, but if they chose to,
Right, they had to keep
to lock it,
right.
it had to stay locked.
So then they had to get the highest amount of votes or ballots. And then whoever has the highest amount of ballots wins the POV. Well, there's a $5,000 ballot, which Pizza Boy, whom I love, I do
Okay.
love McCrae.
Me too.
McCrae is the cutest, wins $5,000, of course, because he's not in jeopardy. No one in his alliance, Amanda, is going to be in jeopardy. And he doesn't
'cause
have to
that's an
worry about
annual
anything.
salary.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, he
That's
really
his
needed
pizza
that.
tips for the year.
Yeah.
Like, he's good. I mean, he does not have to go back to being a pizza boy. He can move to Florida. But he gets the $5,000. I always wish every single time they have a challenge where you can win prizes, that I could take a prize. I could never take a prize because my butt was always on the line.
They'd hold it against you.
Yeah, and they hold it against you. But I think he's genius for doing that. Judd finds an 18 ballot, and it's 24 hours solitary confinement with an alarm clock that goes off every 9 minutes.
90, yeah. Every hour and a half. I mean, you can't sleep when an alarm clock's going off every hour and a half. That's crazy.
Literally. It's insane.
In a tiny little room by yourself. Like, it's hard enough to be in the Big Brother house, which is confinement, not solitary. So to be alone with this tiny little toilet in the corner, no.
And they put him in the small room too. Like when we were when we had solitary confinement in our 2 seasons, 12 and 13, and I always say that solitary confinement's the absolute worst punishment you can get ever in Big Brother. But they put us in the big room. So at least you could like rock around, run, whatever. Judd was in like the little room that I don't know if you guys had a little room in Big Brother.
We did not. We were basically open concept, but it was like a little lounge or something.
Yeah,
right?
it's the lounge.
Tiny
it's where they all go and talk and sit around
with the horseshoe couch. Yeah,
exactly. So they put him in there, which is a nightmare because he can't run. He can't. I mean, what, jumping jacks? I don't.
Like, he can't sleep. It's not like he can nap the time away.
No. And yeah, waking up every 90 minutes. I mean, it had to have been like horrible, especially to not win a veto. And then Alyssa takes the 20 points, and
she needed it.
She needed it. She had to win this veto, and I think it motivated her to move fast, but it also motivated her to take the 20 points and take that gamble, because not playing in a veto is the biggest gamble. That's the only way you can guarantee your success. There's 2 challenges in Big Brother a week, and one is HOH and one is a veto, and the only way to guarantee success to move on to the next week is to win one of those challenges.
The timing is crazy, because before I came out here to California to stay with you, I was watching some old Big Brother clips, and one of my favorite veto challenges ever is actually the All-Stars one, season 7.
Oh, I love it.
Where they have to burn their clothes, dye themselves blue, and shave their head. So I'm watching this, and it's Chicken George, it's Kaser, it's Will, it's Boogie, it's James Ryan. Like, this was one heck of a veto. It's like probably my favorite veto challenge. And James Ryan was HOH that week, and the question was, will you give up next week's veto? And James was willing to do anything it took to win this veto, except give up next week's veto, because he was this week's HOH. He's like, so I can't not be eligible for HOH next week and give up veto. So after burning his clothes and dyeing himself blue, he was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's a really hard choice to make. And I mean, it doesn't seem like you're in solitary confinement, you're not dyeing your clothes, you're not whatever, doing something, but this is a really hard veto, because you have to give up the next week's the only way to stay safe, guarantee your safety if you're nominated. And for Alyssa to take it, I really give her props for that. You know, I think that she's really starting to become a player in this game.
Was I sitting with you? Did we watch the video? Because I think or did I text you? Because I thought she was doing the exact right thing. She was just playing moment to moment. And right now, her butt was on the line. She didn't know how the heck she got there, because she's the only one who knows for certain that she is not MVP.
Exactly.
So she doesn't know how she got on the block. That's very scary.
Really scary.
So she's like, no, I need to come off the block. And she did whatever it took, and I think that was the right choice. I was really proud of her.
I was really proud of her too for that. And I think exactly, she's playing the game now. She's stepping it up. I know that, I mean, after watching the HOH competition last night, I know that she had it in her eyes that she was so determined to win. And I think she wants it. She wants it now. And that's what I wanted to see from her. Because I mean, you can't in Big Brother win every competition. Like, it's just impossible. No one can win every competition. I mean, you know, even the best competitors go home. So I think that it's that that fire, you know, you see the prize, you want it so bad, and that's the best I could ask from her.
Alyssa has a very interesting dynamic in the house, too, in that she came in basically as target number 1 as your sister. So that's the spotlight's already on her. Then she gets MVP. So it's a very weird juxtaposition of powers to be in, where you're literally targeted, but you have you have the biggest power in the house. And then on top of that, to sort of keep herself safe as long as she has, and then prove last week that she could win that veto. Now she's like, all right, let's play.
Exactly. And now I feel like she's really playing the game, and she's really doing a good job. So what do you think about Alyssa's arguments with Amanda and Aaron? Like, moving forward, do you think that's something she can come back from? And do you think it's just that she's fed up. What do you think about this? Because everyone on Twitter, I know you guys all go after it. Like, what's going on with Alyssa?
I have a very unique perspective on things. And I mean, I've obviously played the game and I was in the house, and I personally get very bored easily, and I'm a bit of a troublemaker. So when she started to go around and stir up the pot, I was like, hell yeah. Like, that's what I would have done. It gets really boring in that house. And your range of emotions is all over the place. And, you know, instead of sitting there and maybe eating another bowl of cereal, as Ryan said, she's like, no, I'm calling it out.
Right.
And I'm like, go, 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 girl. Like, I don't know if it was best for her game, but she's playing the way I would have played. Like, you know what? Let's have a little talk. Why don't we have a house meeting about what happened? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I, as a viewer, obviously love it. I mean, people can hate all they want, but I mean, as a viewer, it's amazing. You want to see that. That's exactly what you want to see.
And the live feeds too. You have to appeal to them. They're a huge part of the audience. Right. And I mean, my Twitter was blowing up like, go to live feeds now, camera 4, huge fight about to happen. You're like, yeah. Yeah,
you're like, you get really excited. I think what Alyssa was doing, being her sister and knowing her, I think what she was doing is that she heard everyone in the house wanted to keep Aaron and get rid of Caitlyn. And Alyssa's like, oh, hell no. Like, Aaron has got to go. And Alyssa doesn't know how to use, how to twist people's words, because she's not manipulative and she's not a good liar. So she can't like go around the house and be manipulative and try to convince people to vote out Aaron. So her best thing to do is to start to blow up Aaron's spot and put this target back on Aaron, get it off of Caitlyn, tell Caitlyn what's going on. She totally did. She went to Caitlyn first and said, look, everyone's talking about voting you out. Like, call house meeting, confront people.
She confronted her too in the kitchen. That clip, I saw her. She confronted Caitlyn alone in the kitchen and said, are you in a secret alliance with Howard and Spencer? Because that's what the house is saying. And I'm like, yeah, you plant that seed.
Right?
You get right in there.
She's planting seeds. She's trying to cause doubt in people's minds about Aaron.
Yeah.
And then I see her upstairs and she's just like, Aaron, you're stupid. Like, I wish Alyssa would have seriously been like, Aaron, you're a racist and you're a bitch and I can't stand you and that's why you need to go home. But instead, Alyssa, I don't know, talked in circles. At least she told her to get a life. I was really happy about that.
I saw that. I know.
I feel like if it was me, I would have just been like, I don't like you for this reason, this reason, this reason, this reason. This is why you need to get voted out and Caitlyn needs to stay. But in the Big Brother house, it's so hard because if you are completely honest with people and you do say that stuff, then people don't forget it, and then you're always that target. I
agree. That was very much in our game, too. It's just no one... looking back, there were 2 instances particularly that I just wish... America would have no idea what I'm talking about, but I just wish I spoke up. And I'm looking back, and I'm taking my personality into account, and I'm like... And everyone just shuts up. Like, if the heat isn't on you, you're just keeping your mouth shut. And there are 2 times in my game that I wish I was just like, team, time out. No. Like, I don't know where our guts go sometimes.
Yeah, and I mean, in that social situation, I think that's what happens to the guts. Like, you want to say that everything you're thinking, but the rest of the house is kind of staring at you, and you can't say everything you want to say. Yeah. So I think Alyssa had the strategy right to kind of put the target back on Aaron, to remind everyone why they don't like Aaron and what she's been doing. Could she have probably gone about it a better way? Yeah, of course. But who's going to look back and say, you know, you could have done it better? Like, you make your decisions in Big Brother, and you have to live with it. You have to play with the cards you're dealt. And if you make a wrong move, you have to go back and reshuffle the deck. So.
Absolutely. And we don't know. I mean, it's so hard. We have such strong opinions on what's happening. And even meeting Nick last night, we can only superficially judge people so much. And even if you're a hardcore live feeder who's watching us or them 24/7,
like me,
you don't know necessarily. And of course, we can get broad strokes of sort of people's character and what they think is appropriate to say on television to a live audience. But yeah, I don't know. Meeting Nick and some interactions with the other evictees on Twitter, we can support Alyssa or think she made a good or bad decision as much as we want. We are not in that house this year with that cast, the way it's playing out. Like, it's just such an interesting game, and it changes so fast.
The thing is, I feel like a decent, somewhat normal human being, you know, I mean, I have my flaws, like, let me tell you, but if I was in that house and hearing the stuff that these people are saying, I would just be like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing?
I know.
Then you're playing Big Brother and you want to win $500,000, so half of you has to keep your mouth shut. And then the other part of you has to think about, like, fine, we're just going to evict them and the problem will go away. But then it's like, Erin is a stray cat with 9 lives, I swear to God. Like, she will not go away. I do not know how
she won't go away.
No, she will not go away. I mean, we see the house turn on Caitlyn for absolutely no reason. And I think that they thought Caitlyn would be a stronger competitor, which, as far as game goes, what we've seen from Caitlyn's game, she is somewhat more of a stronger competitor.
Yeah, she's got a little tomboy element to her, so she's got a toughness and a physical element to her that was definitely hardcore.
Absolutely, and I think that if we would have seen Caitlyn play more, I think she would have won a lot of stuff. I do think she would have been dangerous. So from a game perspective, getting rid of Caitlyn is probably a smart move.
Yeah.
However, that means you're keeping Erin in the house. And to me, I just couldn't. I would be like Alyssa, I just don't want to live with her. Like,
I agree.
She's bad for my game because she drives me crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and I think it's the people like that the rest of the house want to keep because they're like, keep Alyssa, keep Erin. They're these huge targets. They're driving all the drama. Like, everyone's going to hate them.
That's like Dr. Will or Evil Dick are the two that come to mind. These characters that were despised. Well, let's say I actually happen to love them both, but in the house, the target was so big on their back that you almost got blind. The target became so big you forgot to see it, and it was, we'll get them out next week. We'll get them out next week. Well, guess what? There's only maybe 10 weeks in this season.
Exactly.
And they win.
They win. Exactly. And that's the thing. Exactly. You saw it in my season 13. I convinced people every week, like, if I wasn't winning a competition and I was staying on the block, they need to keep me because I'm a huge target, and otherwise the target will be on them. True. And they're, at least the house guests are smart enough to realize that. But my problem with this Erin chick, keeping her in the house, is that while she is this big target, if she's winning shit, like, she's a threat as well. And with someone like that, and I don't know how she does it, but she stays in the house, she won't go away, she has a chance to go really far. So what they're going to end up doing is keeping Erin in the game, and they're going to end up being like, at the end, like, what the hell? We could have gotten rid of this girl, like, seriously?
Week 2.
Like, week...
Oh, no, I think she was HOH.
But
week 3.
Every week, almost, right? I mean, Erin should have gone home almost every week.
I think, this is a strictly personal opinion, I really hope that Erin gets out of the game pre-jury.
Me too.
Because I don't want anything bad to happen to her, anything weird. Don't be crazy, people. But I do feel like Erin needs a reality check. I am praying that she comes out before jury because I need her to come out into the real world now, realize what she has done, publicly address it, take the heat, you know, because if she goes to jury, she's basically MIA for however many weeks. So maybe, unfortunately, the public will forget about her and, you know, she'll come out and maybe she wins the damn game or goes third or something. But I really hope Erin comes out pre-jury because I think she needs to face the firing squad right now.
Absolutely. I mean, 100% I want Erin to get out pre-jury. I don't want to see her face anymore. I don't want to see her attitude and her, like, snippy little comments to people, and it's so hard for her to be nice to people.
Is it really? Is it really that hard?
Is it really that hard? Come on. Exactly. Like, really, girlfriend? No. And I think that Erin is just, I don't like her, but I think that she's just playing this game with however she can. And I think the house guests are giving her slack where she doesn't deserve it. Like,
she's generally delusional, which is unfortunate too. This week didn't play out how I would have loved. I would have loved them to put anybody but Erin up. Like, I just would have loved for Erin to get a message, because obviously we're closed off in that house. You don't get messages. But maybe if Judd put up someone else, who cares?
And Erin would have been MVP nom.
But I wish the show even said
America voted. And Erin, you suck.
That's what I wanted. I was really hoping that. I don't care who wins HOH. They throw up. Who cares? Howard, Candace. I don't care who goes up. Just not Erin, because I wanted Julie Chen or whoever, or the announcer, to say, America voted for Erin to be a nominee. Like, so she could just be like, what?
Yeah.
Maybe America hates me. Hello.
Right, exactly. I mean, that would have been amazing, a wake-up call. And I think Erin would get it. Like, because you're right, she's 100% delusional.
She thinks she's America's sweetheart.
Right.
She thinks she's getting a really clean image right now. And
Amanda confronts her, and she's like, that's obnoxious. I mean,
and doesn't apologize.
Doesn't say, like, Really? Are you sure? Like, that's weird that they
It didn't
think
occur
that.
to me that I was on live stream to the nation 24/7.
Right.
Hello.
I mean, hi. Yeah. So what do you think about Macranza?
Macranza's my favesies. They're also in my pool with the JUDD. I love them. I mean, I had a bit of an unlikely pairing on my show too. So I totally get like where they're coming from in that house. And this is pure before the show started, but McCrae was a favorite of mine to win the whole thing. He was like pick number 1.
Yeah.
And he linked up with Amanda, who wasn't on my radar at first, but now that I'm getting to know her, unfortunately, some true colors of hers are coming out, which are a little unfortunate. But I like their pairing. And I think way to go, Pizza Boy.
Right?
Even if it only lasts the summer,
He's
this
getting
is going to be the summer. This is going to be the summer fling of all summer flings for Pizza Boy.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I actually think, and everyone doubts this, but I really think they're falling in love. Like, honest to God, because
They
I
said
know.
I love you.
They said
They
I
did
love
it.
you, and I know how it is. Like,
Yeah.
Brendan and I, everyone was like, oh, they're going to break up after the show, but we are married. Like, hey, guys, see the ring? I mean, I think that they could be cute. And
I'm not with either of my showmances. Maybe it's because I had 2. That's a problem.
Liza had 10. Let's be real.
But 2 fell in love.
And Liza had a showmance with Canada, so.
I did have a showmance with Canada and America. I don't fall for boys. Boys fall for me. Look that up.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying.
Pimp herself out.
So McCrae turns 24 in the house.
Yes, McCrae's birthday.
And he gets a little birthday present from his honey.
Hey. I mean, I love, because I think Amanda is cute. I love that she did this, because I would be like, hey, girl, hey. But I wish she would have done it not with the whole house watching, because honestly, like, it's kind of on bordering line not tasteless, because everyone in the house is there.
I agree.
If she would have done it in the HOH room, like said, Judd, can I please borrow the HOH room for Lil McCrae's birthday? That would have been his dream come true. Are you kidding me? But doing it in front of the house also kind of takes away from it, right? Because it's like not as special.
Well, she's clearly an exhibitionist. Like just a couple weeks ago, she's walking around with only Band-Aids on her boobs.
Only
so
Band-Aids.
She likes the attention.
You guys can look it up on the live feeds. It was what,
Amanda,
2 weeks
in
ago?
a Band-Aid bikini
strip
really
show or
should look that
something.
up.
Yeah.
I'm polarized on this because part of me thinks you go girl. Like I love she's like me. I mean, I didn't give a crap. So I love it when she just walks around in Band-Aids and fedoras and her butt's out and da-da-da. I'm like, go. But hello, you're appealing to the house and America, but you're appealing to this house of what we've seen to be extremely judgmental people. Catty bitches. I was trying to be nice, but yeah, catty bitches. Like this is a mean girl season. So Amanda cannot flaunt such confidence and carefree. I was the same way. Like my butt was out all the time, not in a sexist dance way, but I didn't give a crap. Like I would change all the time and not give a crap, but I realized far too late that catty bitches are like, why your ass out all day?
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I'm sorry, I'm just comfortable with myself and I didn't realize and I'm Canada, so we're very polite.
Right?
But mistake, whole house.
I think it is a mistake because that, even though people don't like draw to it as like, oh, it was so bad, and I think because Aaron has been so crazy, nobody even like thinks about it being bad. But I think in any other season it wouldn't have flown, and I think even in this season it does make people remember. Like everyone always comes back to, oh, Amanda could be a target too. I mean, her name is always brought up. Always brought up. When people talk about it. So I think these things that she's doing.
On so many levels. It's brought up because she's clearly smart and onto something, but she's also got McCrae around her finger. So they're a pair beyond all pairs. And she's playing too hard. She's really pushing
in front of people
for Howard. And I mean, that's just like strike 5, honey.
And I think sometimes Amanda can be like Miss Bossy Pants.
Like, if she's not getting her way, it's no, don't you get it? Howard has to go up this week. Obviously, hello. Well, honey, win HOH and then you can put him up.
Right?
That's all.
Exactly. Well, Amanda was HOH basically this week.
Oh, yeah.
HOH robe. Basically. Her and McCrae had the HOH bed. I mean, she was basically HOH this week. I want Amanda to win her own HOH.
Me too.
Because I want to see her, like, I just want to know what she's going to do.
When she actually gets the power as opposed to borrowing somebody else's.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, and I think she did try really hard. And this Russian roulette is literally a Russian roulette game, right? I mean, people play it with swords. People play it at the Vegas, you know, roulette tables. It's a roulette game because there's no idea what's going to happen. You have no idea how it's going to turn out.
Yeah.
And I hate when they do HOHs like that. It's because of such a crapshoot.
Completely random. I mean, there is literally zero skill or strategy involved. You're just throwing a ball down a ramp and crossing your fingers.
Yeah. And you're kind of hoping, like, okay, I can kind of time it because the wheel is turning. I can kind of practice it.
But unless you're a physicist that's going to know it goes at a 30-degree angle and hits at this, and then it's going to slow down because of the No, Ian's not on this season, and neither is Brendan. So I feel like Brendan would have been really good at this roulette wheel. Timed it right out.
He would have been a little obnoxious with it.
So we're obviously hoping that Alyssa takes this HOH.
Anyone but Aaron.
We want anyone but Aaron to win.
Anyone but Aaron to win HOH.
And lo and behold.
And Alyssa really needs it too because she can't play veto.
Yep.
And then, yes, lo and behold, Aaron wins. And of course, like, not only does she win, but she gets 36.
Like unbeatable.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, the highest score you can
possibly get in roulette. And then, like, I think she was like the third to the last, which I know in these competitions, a strategy is kind of be at the end of the pack so that you can kind of gauge how other people are doing so you know what you have to beat. Well, Aaron's like third to last. Then Amanda, and then Alyssa. So Amanda is so close. Like, and you could tell she was not happy that she did not win. And then Alyssa, literally, I feel like it bounced into the zero.
It was so close
because it was like right there at the end, and it like rolled off into the zero instead of the 36. I would have loved.
I have goosebumps even just retelling the story.
Oh my God, so close. How amazing would it have been if it was a tie and then Alyssa and Aaron at least
Alyssa versus Aaron again, and then one more roll. I know. Unfortunately, worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario, I predict this week, Aaron's going to nominate Alyssa and Howard because Amanda's pushing Howard so much. I think that Aaron is going to push for the house to vote out Howard. I don't think that Aaron's going to keep her promise because she promised not to win HOH and she's already broken that promise.
I am going to predict she goes for Amanda and McCrae.
Really?
I think that her butt's on the line. I think Aaron knows she's a goner and she might as well go out guns blazing and make a big move because if she goes weak move right now, guess who's going out next week? And if she has any guts, I say make a big pull a Gary Glitter, get out Tom and Liza. Yeah. This is the week.
This is the week to get someone out, but I don't think she's got the guts. It's Aaron.
Well, I'm going to be at your house next week,
That's
so
right.
we will see
We
what happens.
We will see this whole week, and we'll be with you guys, live feeding it. You can catch my blog on okmagazine.com. or my other blog on Global TV in Canada for you Canadians out there.
Woo! Canada.
And follow me at Rachel Reilly and Miss Liza.
At Liza Stinton.
Yay!
We love you,
We
Canada.
love you guys!
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.